Greetings, Taurus. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and you are actually going to be my first reading for July of 2020. Not doing this because of the fact that it's squad, but it's on viewership, it's on comments, and it's also on resonance. This will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, so stay tuned to see if any of the messages resonate. If they don't, you can always check out any of the other videos for your other planetary alignments. If you are Taurus Sun, you can always check for your Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. I'm going to be using the Golden Tarot here by Cat Black. We also have a Love Oracle that we're going to be using, as well as Goddess Guidance. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Goddess. We're going to get into the Love Oracle, and then we're going to do some Golden Tarot to see the energies for the month of July. If you haven't already, subscribe to the tribe and join the channel of HK Readings. Leave your comments of resonance, and also like the video to help it circulate. That is what's going to help the algorithm. Now, I didn't have to shuffle too much for this card to come out, but we have Pele, Divine Passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Let's go ahead and get into the Love Oracle here. By the way, I hope that everyone is doing well, is healthy, safe, and just taking care of yourself, you know? What other messages do we have for Squad, Bull Gang, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter? We have Rita of Cassia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Okay, so with Pele combined with Rita here, it's telling me that many of you are in the headspace of evaluating all of your options, you know? It's interesting when you hit like a pivotal crossroads such as this, because you know you're ready to do something different, you know you're ready to move forward, and it may make it a little bit difficult for those of you who have a lot of avenues that you could take to do something differently, because naturally, as you, like when you do invest, you invest hard, and you want to know that whatever you're investing in is going to pay out. So you want to choose like the best option. Many of you could be considering on if you are going to leave a situation to follow your happiness where you have not been happy before, or if you are going to be giving something another shot, which is basically what I'm intuiting now. This could spin off into a lot of different ways, as cards will have different meanings. But I'm sensing that many of you are deciding that, what's the song that's popping into my head? Should I stay or should I go? Yeah, so that's essentially what this situation is about here. So let's get some more clarification on what's going on with Taurus. And yeah, a lot of conflict, because if you do leave, you've got a lot of beautiful prospects in love. You've got, even if you decide to be single, you have, you know, you're building your tribe, so you have people around you that you can spend time with and find the same things out of as you would in a partner. Seeing relationships on a level of equivocation, which is dope. And you're like, what do I do? The main thing that you know that you want to do is the right thing. Remember that that can also be the hardest thing. So, not to say that walking away will be advised from this reading, but it is what I'm sensing right now, is that consider the fact that the hardest thing might be the right thing. So, whatever that is for you in your situation, okay? Give me a second. I'm also scribing for titles. And then there's also that song from The Fray. Oh my gosh, I can't remember which one it is because my mind's not there right now. But the lyric is, sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same. Is it Cable Cars? It might be that song, but I can't really think of that right now. One more. Interesting. The Three of Coins, the Six of Coins, and the Queen of Coins. So I see that you're standing in your power. And by the way, this is all Earth energy. So Taurus, like, well, I feel that you're standing in your power because I see the Queen of Coins here. But I also feel as though the fact that 3 coins came out, like you're really worried about stability, and you're standing in your power as far as your element here. You're really worried about like where investments may lead. You're not looking to play any games. You're looking for something long term. You're looking for commitment. You know that the fun will come from everything that you're putting in for the groundwork, and you just want somebody who's going to be beyond that excitement. You know, maybe you've just always fallen for the, exciting ones, and now you are really just taking applications for people who are going to be beyond that, and that's, you're not really settling for any less here. So you know that wherever you do put your investments, wherever you begin to work on things, okay, wherever you begin to build with this 3 of Coins here, what you're going to be looking to do is make sure that it's equal. You're not accepting anything less. So I think the decision will come. There'll be a moment, a pivotal moment, where you have a conversation or an engagement or a situation with the person that you've been dealing with, where everything comes to the forefront. Everything is going to be dealt with, laid out on the line, talked about, spoken about, or maybe even not, which will still make it easier for you to make a decision. Like, it'll still provide clarity whether something is done or not, because there's going to be a point where you're going to make a decision, and either you have all you need to make that decision or you don't, and that speaks for itself. Like the saying, that no action is an action, right? But regardless of whatever that is, it's going to be a point with this person where, everything comes out, or again, like everything doesn't. You figure that you've had enough, and that's when you're going to know. Because if this individual is willing to put in the effort that you need, and you see it, because see, like the fact that all of the 3 tarots that came out, not the oracle, are all coins, there's no space for words. I feel like there's only space for action. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, all of the energies here based upon action, and you also might be dealing with another earth sign or someone with prominent earth in their chart, okay? So no more words, no more I'm going to do better, no more of this, no more of that. You are going to need to see, and right now this is exactly what the Queen of Coins is doing. Pensively watching, and you see her, the way that she's glaring back is at the 6 of Coins and the 3 of Coins, just to see what comes of it, okay? And this is what's going to help you make a decision, because the question that's on your mind with this oracle card is not so much advice, but it's talking about the state that you're in this particular reading, where you're deciding to finally be honest with yourself and no longer compromising for the sake of what another may need, that you think will in turn make them do what makes you happy, okay? So what is your heart's true desire? You're finding that out. You're putting it to the test, because you're not going to waste any more time. Should I stay? Should I go? And you're not going to stay for anything less than what you're worth and what you're giving to a situation as well, okay? We'll pull 3 cards to see what the energies of this person may be as far as how they respond to this situation, with more of the Golden Tarot, but we'll actually pull a Love Oracle too, just to see what they've got going on and how they feel. Anandamayi, Ma, the joy-permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Interesting. Wow. 2 of Swords in reverse, follow that up. That's already very telling. This other card that wants to come out, which is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, I keep the cards upright, and if it comes out reverse, I read it as such. So far, they're all reverse. And then got the Sun reverse here as well. I don't, that's interesting because I don't know if you're going to see it from this person. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. So prepare for what you may already know. How it's going to end up and how it's going to be. Two of Swords in reverse is showing that they're not willing to make a decision, although they may know that they have to. Okay. It was a little kitty fight, but they are good now. Anywho, reluctance to make a decision within the Two of Swords reverse, and I think that it's leaving them in a lot of anxiety and turmoil. However, I think they definitely just have their own accord and their own thing going on. As much as they want to change, I don't see that happening now. So go ahead, this is just advice, not something you should, take unless you feel that it's right for you. But this is something that you need to go ahead and let go so you can start entertaining the other things that are trying to come in for you so you don't waste more time, because that's where you're at right now. Is evaluating the situation so you don't end up wasting more time. With the Sun in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse is talking about someone who, as far as how they feel internally and mentally, their thoughts and so on and so forth, with this distancing or separation that you have created, it's not really treating them well, but because of that, there's no way that they can act in a sound way that will have you want to have a reconciliation, okay? They already feel like you've forgotten about them, like it's over and like there's no new start. They don't really have the balls, if you will, to step to you and try to change the situation. Now, if that's the case, you can't give them your pair. Therefore, it's a lost cause. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. For some of you, maybe not for all of you. However, if this is something that they've already begun to accept and feel like they don't have to make a decision because you have already made one, they feel like you've already have made one to move away from the circumstance, that's just it. But it seems as though this person has always done a lot of running, a lot of tucking of the tail and dodging, and as old as that gets, let it die off, okay? You go from young to middle age to old, you die off. When it gets old, let it have its natural process and end. I think that if anything, not that you should put your mind to it, but if things were ever to come back around with this person, this is what it would take. Is for them to live through you moving on and living in your truth. And if it ever gets strong enough for them to want to fight for it, then they will. And depending on where you are, you can take it, you can leave it. It's going to solely be up to you. But I think you know this already. I think you know that this is kind of a dead end already, a lost cause already. So trust your intuition. Part of what it's saying on your side is that you also need to trust your intuition more because you're already aware of how strong it is. So until your July bonus, which I'm not sure what type of reading I'm going to do for that, this is what I have for you. Much love to you, and any information that you need as far as booking a reading, purchasing natural, holistic, organic body care products, doing remote Reiki sessions, or whatever it is, I have all of that information in the description box below. I want to thank you to all of my 2.66K subbies at this point. I love all of you. I love you that are first-timers and watching my videos for, first, second, third time, but just still very new. And yeah, I look forward to doing the next Taurian message. Love you, squad.